Hey guys, Derek Landry here, and welcome to my third vlog, My Coaching Philosophy. In this vlog, I will define what a coaching philosophy is, as well as expand upon the components that make up a coaching philosophy. I will then take you through the evolution of my philosophy from my first experience as an intern to my current role as a full-time strength and conditioning coach. Finally, I will elaborate on my current coaching philosophy, giving an in-depth look at the influencers and research that have helped to form me into the coach that I am today. In a critical analysis of the conceptualization of coaching philosophy by Cushing and Partington, the consensus is that there is not a set definition for what we call coaching philosophy. The authors suggest that there is an overemphasis on conscious thought and action and underemphasis on the significance of social structure on coaches' dispositions and the degree to which practice is unconscious. For this reason, we will simplify our definition of coaching philosophy as the why behind why we do things as coaches. Within this definition, I have broken the coaching philosophy down into three components: our values, pedagogy, and training principles. First, I will start with my values and beliefs. Since a young age, I was taught to love one another as I love myself. This one rule has always governed the way I go about life and could be sufficient as the only value that I list here. When you love your athletes, you want what is best for them, which may mean being a supportive friend one day and disciplining them the next because they strayed from their goals. I believe that consistently showing them this love leads them to want to give their best for you day in and day out, creating a more disciplined athlete in the process. Once love and discipline are established, fun becomes a byproduct when standards are understood and upheld by both the coach and the athlete. Creating a fun environment creates buy-in, and athletes want to be a part of that. Next, I will discuss the evolution of my pedagogy as well as my training principles. During my first internship at LSU, the program revolved around the Olympic lifts with an influence from the power lifts. Being young and impressionable, I believed that these were the end-all, be-all for sports performance. Because I was new to the field, I felt like I had to prove myself, which manifested itself into highly technical, internal cueing within the whole pedagogy, hindering the athlete's learning process by increasing cognitive load. All right, today's max velocity, we're going to work first on that high fold position. So I want you to keep a long spine with your sternum projected forward. We're going to concentrically contract the hamstring to lift our calcaneus to the origin of the hamstring right beneath our glutes. We're going to keep our ankle dorsiflex, and yeah, you got to learn this before you move on to the next position. Got it? In my first year as a full-time strength coach at IMG Academy, I began to realize that the adaptations I was seeking for my athletes were more important than the movements themselves. Continuing with the whole pedagogy, I began listening to various lectures and podcasts on linguistics, and the use of external and metaphorical cueing became more prominent in my coaching practice. While I still believed the weight room was important, I started prescribing more on-field movement work than I had in the past. Although I didn't use the technological resources available to me as often as I should have, utilizing a minimal effective dose strategy helped my athletes stay fresh, allowing them to give greater efforts in their respective sporting practices. All right, today's our max velocity today, so we're going to first work on that high tuck position. So I want you guys to think about keeping yourself nice and tall as if somebody's pulling a string to the top of your head. And then we're going to quickly bring our heel to the bottom of our butt, creating that figure four. We're going to do this before we move on to our block position. As my thinking has progressed along with my tenure here at IMG, my values have remained constant. My philosophy has gradually shifted in terms of my pedagogical processes from solely whole part whole towards a mix consisting less of whole part whole and more of a constraints-based approach. I still believe that with team sport athletes, adaptations are far more important than the movements we use to seek adaptations. This leads to more flexibility in the program, allowing athletes to take ownership in selecting certain exercises as long as the exercise chosen elicits the adaptation we are seeking. This has dramatically increased buy-in with the population that I work with. Perhaps the biggest change from my internship to now is that I believe I can create more value being a stress manager as opposed to just being an S&C coach. This has led to a more data-informed practice, ensuring that athletes are being subjected to workloads in both practice and supplemental training that they are able to adapt to. This has not only helped me build strong relationships with sport coaches, but has also increased athlete buy-in to the systems we have in place. Hey guys, today's our max velocity day, so I want you guys to think about staying as tall as you possibly can as if somebody's pulling a string up through the top of your head. Then we're going to run as fast as we can over those hurdles, trying to be as bouncy as we possibly can. Well, there you have it. You see my coaching philosophy, the evolution of it, and some of the influencers and the research that I've used to base my philosophy on. I look forward to seeing your responses.